Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad. I'm looking for a date on it, and a lot of these bottles are really hard. Stone dates everything that they do, but I can't see any kind of dating on it with the beer in it. Now, once the beer is poured out of it, you might be able to hold it up to the light here on the tablet and see what it is. I have not seen this beer before the last time I went to the beer store. So, with that being said, I like the other Stochasticity Project beers that I've done. But to me, this is more of a summertime beer, and here we are almost in wintertime in December, and the wind's blowing about 30 miles an hour outside, blowing snow flurries. We'll see where this one ends up. I'm hoping it's going to be good and tasty after the rant we had yesterday on that beer. So, just looking forward to drinking a nice, tasty beer. You get into the runs where I'll have a couple of 10s in a row, or a 10 or two, and then you get into the beers that aren't quite so tasty. Maybe even a C or a B beer, but it is what it is in the beer drinking and reviewing process, or what have you there. But you got to take the good with the bad a lot of times. So, but with this in 2014, almost 2015. All these beers need to have a date on them. I mean, unless it's a stout or an imperial stout, you can get away with a year, but otherwise it needs to have a bottle on date. Just my opinion. That's the way I feel about it. After 1,500 beers, you would think all the stuff I fussed about at dating, these guys would get him. And it's an expensive piece of machinery to date these bottles, but if you're going to be in the beer business, that's a piece of machinery you need to freaking have. That's the way I look at it. Anyway, commercial description on this one. This is a 7.4%er according to the thing here. Let's see if it says on the bottle, if it confirms that. It says drink fresh right here, and cellar temperature 7.4%. So that is correct. Doesn't have the IBUs listed, and a rather lengthy commercial description here, so I'll go through it as quick as I can. The recipe for a citrusy, hibiscus flavored wheat ale that Steele conceived, which is Mitch Steele, he's the head brewer. Steele was first brewed on the 10-barrel brew house at Stone Brewing World Bistro and Gardens, Liberty Station. Originally named Going Red, the beer was a special release offering to promote awareness of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women's campaign. The addition of Magnum and Sterling hops provide a balanced bitterness between the beer's citrusy, berry-like spiciness, while the malted wheat adds a subtle yet sweet bready flavor to complement the tartness of the hibiscus flowers, giving the beer tropical fruit and banana characters. The Belgian yeast strain Ardennes was used to complete the unique brew. As a result, this serendipitous combination of ingredients fans will savor a flavorful beer that is complex, refreshing, and easy to drink. Stochasticity Project Hibiscusicity I can't even say the word. Hibiscusicity may be enjoyed now or selling for several months or years. So they're saying this will sell her well. So we will see. It doesn't have the IBUs listed on either site here, guys, so I can't tell you what it is. It's a brewed once beer. So, yeah, it is what it is. Food pairings for this beer, guys. It says general aperitif digestive of meats, game, and salmon. So, I don't know why there's no more food pairings for this than what it is. If it's a nice drinkable beer, it should go well with just about anything. Glassware snifter tulip, oversized wine glass. I got the double glass, and according to what it says here again, it can be cellared. So, If it's not hop forward, I don't see why you couldn't. It's 7.4%. Definitely ought to keep for several years. This is a bomber, 22 ounce. It's got a slight red tint to it from here. Nice aggressive pour down the center. Say the half for the other half. That aggressive pour, about a finger and a half of head. And it definitely has a reddish tint to it, so I don't know if that's coming evidently. And there are some floaties around in here. There are some kind of junk in the trunk, if you will, in this beer. I can still see the bulb through it, but there are some floaties in here, some stuff floating around in the beer. So hopefully that's not a sign of an old beer, and it's maybe just an unfiltered beer. I do not know. Let's get a nose on this one. Got a finger of head, and it's dissipating quickly. Very malty. There is some citrusiness to the beer. And not having hibiscus before, or the flower, or whatever, a hibiscus, I think it's a flower. I wouldn't know what that smells like. I'm getting a very malty, a little bit on the sweet side, and citrusiness. That's a hard word for me to say for some damn reason. Citrusiness. Got a decent smell to it. It's definitely not hop forward, so I mean, you're not going to lose a big over-the-top hop or aroma or flavor from cellaring this beer. But like I said, we'll check for a date on the bottle when I come back and do the final chug, see if there's anything written on it. It sounds pretty good about dating their stuff, so we'll see if I can see something on the bottle. Let's do it. Cheers, everybody. Definitely has a berryness to it, some berries in there, maybe even some apples or pears or something tasting in it. A little bit of fruitiness there. Very easy drinking, kind of tasty. I'm enjoying this. I'm pleasantly surprised. Not giving any of the alcohol. Very well made beer. And a lot of the beers, the out-of-the-box beers, or side projects, if you will, like what they're doing here, are kind of hit and miss. I mean, some of them are winners, and some of them are not so much winners. But if it's a well-made beer, it's going to be a tasty beer, whether it's the style that you drink all the time. And this is not a style that I drink all the time. I'm not getting a huge Belgian influence. I can definitely taste some of the Belgian in it, but it's not over-the-top Belgian like a lot of them are, where you get the banana and all that. I'm not getting the banana yet. Now, as it warms up, it might come more prevalent. Definitely get the Belgian hint there. Not overpowering, not astronomically Belgian. But the fruitiness, the citrusiness, and the berryness is what's coming through to me right out of the fridge here. So, it's not bad. It's fairly tasty. Not something I'd want to drink every day, but it is a pretty tasty beer. So, we're going to let it warm up and see where it ends up. It's not blowing my hair back on my socks off, but it seems pretty decent. So let's let it warm up and pour the other half, and I'll come back and give it the final chug and grate on it and see if we see a date on the bottle. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Look closely on the bottle. There is no date. I'm kind of disappointed. Evidently, since it's a brewed once beer, that they decided not to date the beer. Kind of disappointed in Mitch and Greg at Stone for not dating this particular bottle or these bottles. Kind of take it for granted when you pick up a Stone beer that it's going to have a date on it, and this one does not. Another beer from Kroger's, like I said. You got to look, guys. even though it's not going to hurt this beer, not being a hop forward beer, it's going to keep for a little while. Kind of like to have that information so we know. I mean, but still, I ran over this time and time and time again, and it's time for these guys, especially a brewery like Stone. They can afford to do this. They just chose not to on this particular version of this beer. So, it's going to cost them a grade point. Final chug. Very nice fruitiness to it. I'm getting berries, citrusiness, maybe some apples or pears in this beer. Very tasty. Definitely a well-made beer. Not getting any of the alcohol, but it has no date. It's a B+ beer in a B bottle as far as I'm concerned. It's not even to the A category to me. Just my opinion. There's a lot better Belgian ales out than this. So, with that being said, I hate to rain on their parade or pee in their Cheerios, but not super impressed with this beer. It's decent, definitely above average, but not to the A category in my opinion. So, with that being said, let's go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 83 in the good range. If I was putting a numeric rating on this one, it would probably be about 85, 84, 85 is where I'd get it. So that number is even lower than what I would give it. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 86, and that's close with the 85. But they're saying 93 in the style. As a Belgian ale, I disagree with that. There are better Belgian ales out than this. And not having a date on it, there are definitely better beers out with a date on it than this. So I don't know why they did not date this or chose not to date this beer, even though it's only a brewed once beer. It's still, you need to have that information, guys. I mean, at least put the damn year on it. I mean, come on. But anyway, that's it is what it freaking is. Another beer from Kroger's that, like I said, may not be shopping there anymore. Other than the go-to beers like the Bell's Two-Hearted Ale and the Rangers and the Torpedoes and stuff that move really quick and fast off the shelf, and they keep replenishing pretty good. Not had a problem with those beers, but if you're buying something that you've not had before, or a brewed once beer, or something that you don't regularly pick up, or they don't move very often, it is what it is. You're stuck with what you get and what you pick up. So another reason that I keep saying, guys, you check these beers for dates. I don't know why I picked it up, because I haven't had it, and like I said, I just took it for granted that it was going to have a date on it somewhere, since it was a Stone beer, and this one does not. So I would have gave it a B+ if it did have a date on it. Since it does not, it gets to B. And we've given you the ratings from those, and I gave you the big rant yesterday over the DeClaw beer that it was 8 months old in a bottle of double IPA sitting on the shelf, or sitting in the aisle. It was at the end aisle. It wasn't actually on the shelf. That's where they put their new beers that come in, right there on the end of the aisle there. And it wasn't there 2 weeks earlier that I was there, so I knew it was something new. I said, well, they just got this in. So, and when you see something like that, and you say, well, they just got it in, so it must be fresh. Now, if you're buying from Kroger's, because like I said, they send those beers over to them so they can get rid of them, because the craft beer stores won't accept them when they're that old, usually. So, with that being said, if you've had this one from Stone, this is their Stochasticity project, Hibiscusicity. Let me know what you think. Wasn't blown away by this beer. So, a lot better Belgian ales out than this. So, if you had it, let me know what you think. And we're going to look in the fridge again tomorrow, see what we can find. So, looking for that damn beer with a good date on it and a 10. Maybe we'll find it tomorrow. See you then.